got the juice, I don't sip from no flash. Still on the move, Holy Spirit, my gas. I'm on me, you can check out the glass. Never won't smoke, I'm prepared for the class. Juice in my veins like I'm post-fat charge. Got on my side, I don't got it at card. Pressure was real, the anointing been large. I walk in the light like a drip of a star. Cause I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice. My thoughts at a bounty, fish in my ear like spit for the county. Bitch said chill, but the trigger was tempting. Whole lot of demons in the section, I'm stepping. Brain got a drum or a hole like a stick. Bang for the Lord, every ride gon' hit. Close and slide, it was running like that. I carry that text like a windshield whip. Flex that flex, feel that rest. I was 10 toes down in the spiritual test. Came from the dirt, still cleaner than most. Flesh won't toast, but the spirit won't ghost. Devil those laws, I be catching that purr. That's what revenge, but the Lord says spur. Fast like collar with the engine on red. Put it in park after old me dead. I got the juice, I don't sip from no flash. Still on the move, Holy Spirit, my gas. I'm on me, you can check out the glass. Never won't smoke, I'm prepared for the class. Juice in my veins like I'm post-fat charge. Got on my side, I don't got it at card. Pressure was real, the anointing been large. I walk in the light like a drip of a star. Cause I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice. Give me the juice, but it came with the blessing. Get so many nights to paint it a blessing. This won't place, I just wanted confessions. The fame won't dip, so I dug through the lessons. Wasn't no cap in my knee when I bow. Peter said speak, so I prayed out loud. Old too slim, so I switched my crowd. Covered with saints, not chasing the cloud. Flesh said spin, spirit said build. Flesh said feast, spirit said steal. Flesh said slide, spirit said kneel. Now I'm bulletproof, walking in the king's wheel. I got that gold like a Moses to sin. Bible in hand, that's a loaded in 10. All in my cup like it came from the prison. Ain't chasing no fame, just battle the flesh. I got the juice, I don't sip from no flash. Still on the move, Holy Spirit, my gas. I'm on me, you can check out the glass. Never won't smoke, I'm prepared for the class. Juice in my veins like I'm post-fat charge. Got on my side, I don't got it at card. Pressure was real, the anointing been large. I walk in the light like a drip of a star. Cause I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice, I got the juice, I don't sip from the flask. Holy Spirit, my gas. On me, you can check out the class. Devil won't smoke, I'm prepared for the clash. Juice in my veins like a post-fat charge. God on my side, I don't got a call.
The opinions and perspectives shared by our guests and debaters on Paradigm Shift TV, 314, and the Versus series are their own. They do not necessarily represent the views of the platform. We support open dialogue and critical thought, but encourage viewers to think for themselves.
My name is my name.
Hey, welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, DMG the Poet, a.k.a. Brother Pete Anki. And we are back with another powerful show with another powerful guest. But before we get into our spiel, y'all know what I got to do. I got to say God bless to all my Christian brothers and sisters. Hotep to all my Kemetic brothers and sisters. I want to say assalamu alaikum to all my brothers and sisters in the NOI. Islam to all my Moorish brothers and sisters. I want to say peace to all my brothers and sisters in the nation of God's and earth, them 5%ers. I want to say what's up to all my atheist brothers and sisters. Shout out to all my Abo brothers and sisters. Big what up to all my Owaspi brothers and sisters. Last. Shout out to all my Naga brothers and sisters. And especially tonight, I want to say what's up to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. Last and certainly not least, I want to say Jumbo to all my brothers and sisters in the African diaspora, be it here or beyond. When I say here, y'all know I'm talking about the wilderness of the United States of America. We can't have unity without uniformity. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. Last and certainly not least, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. I know us black folks got a hard time with that because everybody's supposed to agree. But with that being said, I'm going to give a few shout outs and then I'm going to turn it over to the guest of honor. Shout out to the queen herself, Sister Ivory in the building. Shout out to Step Into the Light. Shout out to Ray Ray. I don't know what Ray Ray doing here though, because, you know, Big Hemi ain't up here. But shout out to her. Ivory say, Big Bird Energy, salute, salute. Shout out to Random Info. Shout out to Shay Bay, even though she don't like me. Shout out to my man Prince Judah Prince Judah Vaughn in the building. Create a gang. Can't wait to get him in the Versus series. Shout out to the academic champ Cedrick Ortega in the building. Shout out to Lioness Purr with the little black dress in our profile pic. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get to it, man. Introducing the one and only Xion, the Lion, Warchild. And he ain't said nothing, family, because he already know what I'm about to do. So if y'all ain't used to it, I'm going to need y'all to get to it. Whenever this brother come on, I got to do this. And here we go.
I'll make a pact with you. With the gods as our witnesses. Let us pledge that the winner will allow the loser all the proper funeral rituals.
There are no pacts between lions and men.
There are no pacts between lions and men. Welcome back to the show, my brother.
Yeah. What's good? What's good with you? DMG, you know what I'm saying? The official tissue, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you so much, man. Yo, I have to say this, you know what I'm saying? I have to give apologies today, you know what I'm saying, to some of the sisters in the back chat. Yeah, I crashed out this morning. If you know, put a 1 in the chat. So, yeah,
hey,
you know what I'm saying? I crashed out this morning.
It take a man to apologize, my brother.
I have to apologize to Sister Drea. I have to apologize to Tiffany, and yep, I have to apologize to all my sisters if I missed anybody. Yeah, I crashed out today, but you know, it's all you know, and you know, yeah. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying, mansplain it away, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, I owe the sisters an apology. So
salute to you for apologizing, man. I wasn't around. I did get the residual effects, you know what I mean? But shout out to you for apologizing, to take a man to own up to his mishaps. So respect to you.
Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I crashed out this morning. I jumped the gun before I really knew what was going on. So and big shout out to the bar Babylonians, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm yo, listen, if I'm wrong, and I will put it out there in front. I am not no fake dude, you know what I'm saying? I keep it 100, and I will do it in front of the audience, you know what I'm saying? Just to be just to be 100. But yeah. So yeah, I want to get on this. I'm a total crash out. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I will go there. So yeah, so me and Cedrick had an amazing debate, you know what I'm saying? And we also had a conversation after, you know what I'm saying? And when we build on the positives and negatives of my position, I didn't fully synthesize. So technically, the title of the debate is literally it's a loaded title. Okay, so gotta calm down. I try. Listen, I'm 51 years old, and you know what I'm saying, like all the brakes, you know what I'm saying, my brake pads are, you know what I mean, they don't move the same way. So anyway, so the title is loaded. The question was if humans can live without religion. It's not to assume that religion and belief, you know what I'm saying, are like something that you have to choose, right? There's a loaded question because the brain functions. You believe because your brain functions. And and Brother Cedrick studies a lot about determinism, which is really what the question is all about. So yes, you can study the empirical data. You can get all the empirical evidence that you have and all of the tools, but you still will not remove your prefrontal cortex, your limbic system, and the things that function. So to say that a human could live without, that means you have to remove like 50% of your brain, nigga. So from a scientific standpoint. So let's go. Let me get into this. You know what I mean? No further ado. The data is being filtered through the brain. It was one of my favorite debates. I think I got some great talking points and stuff in there. Definitely Cedrick is a, you know what I'm saying, force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to him, you know what I'm saying, as an intellectual and a scholar. And a very skilled debater, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be able to argue your case. So let's get into it. So as faith as a human default, we actually need faith to move around. If we were to just look at the empirical data and the evidence, it would not provide purpose. You know what I'm saying? The natural world exists, and so does our social psychological construct of how we perceive it. So our perception, you know what I'm saying, as human beings exists. Money exists. It doesn't exist in science. You know what I'm saying? The empirical, you know what I'm saying? And what is the animal going to do with a $20 bill? Right? It exists to us, right? And it does matter. It is tangible in the sense that we require it, and we require these things. We require, you know what I'm saying, the camaraderie, we require the finances, we require the institutions and how we formulate social, you know, structures, cities, empires, and, you know what I'm saying, what have you, politics. That doesn't exist. You got 8 cares about politics. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? They have their own form of politics. You know what I'm saying? The alpha male. That's it. You know what I mean? And y'all got a monkey over here on the daggone in the president's seat. So faith as a default, no defect. Humans are biologically and neurologically wired. Let's get back to that. Neurologically, your brain functions in a certain way, and you cannot remove that unless you want to lobotomize yourself. So technically, no, you can't. So not necessarily religion in its institutional form. This was one of the most important things that I knew that was going to be a hurdle for me, was to try to explain to everybody that religion is not just believing in God or, you know what I'm saying, or supernatural things. Religion is basically, it says it right here, right? So it's not necessarily religion as an institutional form, but symbolic framework that anchor identity, morality, and community. So what really is a religion? A religion is a system of beliefs, practices, ideals, you know what I'm saying, that so an institution, like you go to work every day, you're going into law, you're going into medicine. There is a religion to those practices, right? In academia, we have, you know, you have to study, you have to go through a rites of passage. You have to know how to cite your sources. You have to know what is credible and what are incredible sources. A lot of folks have not gone to school, and so they have a problem when somebody who is educated, you know what I'm saying, comes back and tells you that, oh, no, you know what I'm saying, I see your point, but, you know what I'm saying, that there is no academic consensus that supports what you're thinking, right? So there is a criteria. You know what I'm saying? And in that criteria, it creates an institution that has specific ways in order to measure what is credible, what is not credible, how to achieve, you know what I'm saying, your accolades and to become an expert in that. So that is a religion of itself. Okay, religion is not just a God and supernatural stuff. Religion is just a system of practice. We get that. Secularism doesn't create neutrality. Okay, I'm gonna move past that. So behavioral and neural. I had to try to break down some of the brain functions, right? Because I was on the affirmative. Of course, you know what I'm saying, I feel like Cedrick kind of had the easier task because I had to try to break down, you know what I'm saying, the functions of the brain so that you could see that your brain, so you cannot exist without those parts of your brain, right? So really the question is, can a human live without their prefrontal cortex and their limbic system? That was the loaded question, right? So you got your default cognitive systems, your neurotheology of findings, religious, spiritual experience, RSEs, engaged brain networks, genetic predisposition, brain structures and functions can influence religion. Not can, they do. You know what I'm saying? It's not can influence religion. We do suggest a biological basis for faith, right? University of Arizona brought that out. Behavioral impact, religious beliefs shape meaning, preference. I'm not going to go through all of that because I literally look back. I thought I had like 60 slides. I had like 73 slides on this, right? So can a person who rejects traditional belief system and claims to be objective still be bound to some form of religious practice due to human boundaries? That's what I'm trying to pose in this. It was a setup. It was a trap. Said you beat me up on that though because I didn't fully pull out the you know what I'm saying, synthesize the information. So absolutely the evidence across psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy backs up, you know what I'm saying, backs it up. Even those who reject traditional belief systems like Christianity, Islam, this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, will often engage in behaviors that pattern or mirror religious practice. We do that. We do that with sports. We do that with music. We do that with almost everything that binds us together as a social, you know what I'm saying, social cohesive, you know what I'm saying, unit, right? Cognitive behavioral boundaries, agency detection, moral. I went through all of that, ritual and identity. But really, I really want to get down to some other core key components. So, you know what I'm saying, prefrontal cortex, limbic system, default networks, temporal parietal junction, etc. Faith isn't irrational, it's neurological. The brain is wired to imagine. And what is transcendence really? Let's understand what transcendence is. It means that, like, for instance, I apologize for my actions today. You know what I'm saying? Because I should have did better. You know what I'm saying, today. You know what I'm saying? And my ability to be introspect and able to apologize, you know what I'm saying, for my behavior today also gives me the ability to consider how I can do better, which is to transcend that one part of my character flaw, right? My crash out. You know what I'm saying? How do I, if I don't believe that I can better, if I can't transcend that, then I just, you know what I'm saying, might as well just keep on crashing the hell out, right? Zari, please, I'm live. All right, he's over here cracking up on something, I don't know. So, so the neurochemical influences, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. When any of these things are lacking, you're going to go through depression. You're going to have crash outs. You're going to have problems. You know what I'm saying? Substances like alcohol, etc. You know what I'm saying? Often affect these things. And this is why some people become extremely addicted to certain substances, because when they don't have that substance, they become substance dependent. Then when they don't have it, you know what I'm saying, it's depression. The world becomes, you know what I'm saying, dookie juice. Some reason people like it when I say that, they hate it when I say it. Either way, I'm going to say it, right? So dumpster juice. So I had some serious citations, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that Cedrick, you know, sending love to my brother, he had his things, his sources there with just the name and the date, but you really could not. I like to put the actual screenshot on for people to see. You know what I'm saying? So you see that I'm not tweaking or messing with the wording and stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying, just throw a name and a date down there. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to see the clip of the actual source. That's one of the main things that I do so that you can actually go back and study it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, you know what I'm saying, making it up. I'm not twisting it. I'm not taking out parts or whatever. You can review it and check it for yourself, right? Advances in Brain and Religious Studies, a review of the synthesis of recent representative studies. So it says we review the and synthesize recent religion and brain studies and find that a broad network of neuroscience level religious spiritual experiences appear to depend crucially upon interactions between the default mode network, DMN, and the prefrontal prefrontal network, FPN, and the salience network, SN. We see these general results as broadly consistent with Menon's ET-Al triple network and the tripartite model, right, of the neuropsychiatric function of function and dysfunction. A TPM cycling model is here is here offered to account for details of neural basis of an array of RSCs, you know what I'm saying, religious, you know what I'm saying, spiritual experiences, right? So to adequate accounts for, so let me just say this. So when we watch our children walk down the aisle getting their cap and gown, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to be religious to still have a spiritual experience, because watching your children grow up and like, just I'm using this, you know, loosely, you know what I'm saying, for those other sisters and dads in the chat, when you see that stuff, like you like something, like it's almost like something washes over you, become, oh my God, like it's a transcendent moment when you see your child reach a certain level and they make an achievement that you know that they could do, but when you see it happen, you know what I'm saying, it's almost like it's a Hibaba Bashanda moment, you know what I'm saying, like you about to catch the Holy Ghost on that, because you know what I'm saying, like, yes, I knew you could do it, and here it is, here's this moment that is a transcendent moment, because you know there's animals out there in the animal kingdom that just, you know what I'm saying, plop out their babies and go and just push along. You know, alligators in certain places, they don't freaking daggone it, you know what I'm saying, spend too much time once the daggone baby, they lay a whole bunch of eggs, because there's a large probability that most of them will die, but at least a couple of them will survive. And so they just keep it pushing once they start kicking. You know what I mean? So go forward, right? So we're not going to sit here and act like our brains do not still interpret life with meaning just because we have some empirical data. Okay, my brother Cedrick loves music, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and maybe him being super empirical is the reason why he's still on the hip hop, the hop and don't stop kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? You got to broaden your horizon. You're gonna have to diversify your bonds. You know what I'm saying, with Wu-Tang, Bree. You know what I mean? That was a pop shot, but it was in love. But neurology, you know what I'm saying? Are we hardwired for God? This wasn't, I used this slide not because, you know, they were trying to talk about God, but in this, they're talking about the same neurotransmitters and the same neurological functions that cause us to have transcendent moments and to have belief and faith that motivates and allows us to persist even when, you know, the world can seem dark and very bleak, you know what I'm saying, with certain kinds of people who would actually weaponize your children and weaponize food. And, you know what I'm saying, like if we were really to remove our feelings and the soul, like you just take the seasoning out of the soul food. That's what I said in my bar. Because without that, the food is bland. The potato salad don't taste good. No hot sauce and daggone turkey neck in your daggone collard greens. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who wants that? Right? It's still nutritious, right? It's still, you know what I'm saying, got the roughage, you know what I'm saying, to help your bowel system move. But are you enjoying it? Now, among the limbic structures that have been associated. So I want to move forward because I want to get to some of the slides that I wasn't able to. I talked about this going through the limbic structures and stuff like that. I'll let y'all figure that out. Some of the Greek philosophy, Plato posited a realm of ideal forms and divine craftsmen, demiurge, right? Suggesting faith in transcendent truth is essential to understanding reality. So if we were to just look at the world, you know what I'm saying, as, you know what I'm saying, basic data and just material, everything would be just, you know what I'm saying, sugar, honey, iced tea, maggots, you know what I'm saying? Well, we know that we're not going to transcend death physically, you know what I'm saying, that's a toll we all have to pay, right? So how do I explain to a child, you know what I'm saying, oh, it's all about feelings? No, the human being needs feelings. You are not a daggone computer, right? Relationships. You have to feel something about even being an atheist. You have to be compelled. You have to be compelled to believe or to think rationally. Because you don't want to believe in these things. I know y'all, you know, I'll put Cedrick's voice. I'm good at it. Somebody said, I thought that was Cedrick for real. Okay. So Aristotle talks about it. Though more empirical, he acknowledged the necessity of a prime mover. What means something to motivate you? Unmoved cause that evokes awe and contemplation. Stoic, you know what I'm saying, emphasize living in accordance with nature and divine reason, the logos, blending rationality with spiritual discipline. Greek religion was deeply embedded in civic life, with rituals, myths serving a moral and a social glue, right? So going forward, I'm going to skip past a lot of the stuff that I've already done because I have some really good stuff, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang, nigga. Prefrontal cortex, limbic system. I had to go back to that in the beginning just to remind people. Psychological disillusionment. Okay, so watch this. When you actually begin to lack faith, right? So there's a balance, right? That you can be overzealot. That is also a problem in the prefrontal cortex. So when somebody is a super overzealous religious person and they, you know what I'm saying, everything they think is like somebody, I heard a story where somebody was in a boardroom and, you know, they were Christian and Church of God in Christ, and they spoke in tongues and stuff on Sunday, and a book fell off. And they're at work now, right? They're in a boardroom meeting with a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, people who are dealing with the business of the company. I think it was a psychological institution, and they were discussing, you know what I'm saying, the business matters. A book fell off the shelf, and the person goes into speaking in tongues. Wait, hold on. Why would you even be compelled to do that? Right? But that is what they do. I think Robert Sapolsky said it best. He said that people who are overly, you know what I'm saying, obsessive about religious belief, there has to be a balance, y'all. That there is what they consider schizotypal. Schizotypal disorder is not like schizophrenia or OCD. Like those are serious disorders. Schizotypal disorders, they are functional. You know what I'm saying? They're functional. So you can be schizotypal and nobody would really think that you were crazy, but somehow, you know what I'm saying, you over here doing root work and freaking daggone and laying holy hands on people and everything, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that was the devil, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, see, yeah, that's you know, yeah, the devil in you. I'm going to rebuke the devil and on everything, right? So that is the schizotypal, right? So in societies, back in old world societies, people found a place for people who had mental health disorders. So people who were aggressive and bullies and stuff like myself, you know what I'm saying? We were put into the military, right? We were the army, we were the soldiers, right? Because we ready to freaking run head first, you know what I'm saying, and catch bullets with our teeth, right? But, you know, the other person who's OCD, they become priests because they have to, you know what I'm saying, attend to the temple. This dude cannot do anything without washing his hands a certain amount of times when he gets up and making sure that he, clears his chest a certain way. And if he does it wrong, he has to start over. And so those people were the ones who they put in the temples. You know what I'm saying? And then you had the people who were schizotypal, or, and those were like the preachers and stuff like that, but they weren't necessarily priests. They were kind of like, the dudes who, calling out, to the wilderness. So there was a functional way that ancient people dealt with even mental health disorders that was socially inclusive. Even a person who had mental health issues, had a place in the community, right? Nowadays, not so much. That's why so many people out there living on the streets, holding cardboard signs up. But this is a very interesting thing too that I want to make sure that I get out there to y'all. I really have a problem when my more rational, objective, scientific thinking people try to minimize ancient belief. Ankh West does it all the time. Oh, this is Bronze Age. You reading the Bronze Age book. But here's the thing. If you really did, so if you get past some of the things that they didn't have answers for and they filled in the gaps with God, you'll find that they were super intelligent too. With no computer, with no AI, with no daggone, Dr. Inky. Yeah, they had microscopes. Nigga, shut up. You're retarded. You're a schizotypal. Pseudo is all hell. But whatever. Let's move forward, right? So grief, loss, religion, right? Grief or of loss. So, you're in your feelings. Bro, I would feel some kind of way if you passed away. You know what I'm saying, Seth? You know what I'm saying? I don't know you like that, but you know what I'm saying? I'll feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't? Well, you just have to observe that you're taking the seasoning out of the daggone and a soul food. We need these things, and they're real in our perspective, right? So let's go. Disorders, prefrontal cortex, went through that. Depression. Well, so here. Can people live without it? Disorders linked to prefrontal cortex, right? Limbic system dysfunction. Like I said, on one side, the dysfunction, an imbalance in those regions of your brain can make you over-religious. And on the other side, it can make you totally apathetic. And you become a total douchebag, nihilist, like Lucifer. Oh, yeah. No, it ain't Negroes. The people who want to diddle and just continue to try to instigate and stuff, that is a imbalance too, right? And I'm not one to talk. You know what I'm saying? I played myself this morning. I was having a limbic system problem. You know what I'm saying? Then I snapped off, right? So reason affected. The mechanisms impaired emotional regulation. My emotions were unregulated this morning. I admit that, right? Reduced cognitive control. At least I can admit it though. Because a part of your brain's ability is to have the ability to be introspect. And some of y'all folks can't even do that or even be honest about it, right? Systems persist, sadness, and hedonia, loss of pleasure, rumination, and impaired decision-making, right? Come from those anxiety disorders, medical prefrontal cortex, mechanism, hyperactive threat detection, and impaired top-down regulation. Like I say in these chats, be careful what you say to people. Sometimes I crash out because I'm trying to tell you that if you feel safe behind the screen, but there are people who can reach you behind the screen. And so I'll snap off because it's like me warning. Like for instance, one day I was walking down the street and there was a group of young kids. And it was like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, yo, what is niggas parents at? But whatever, I'm not going to judge that. I just kept moving. And one of the little freaking daggone, one of the little kids, little baby kids got out of his face and stuff. Yo, start talking smack. And I'm like, yo, bro, don't do that. F you, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, bro, where's your parents at? Because, you know what I'm saying? If I was somebody else, you might disappear. I would not want my child to do that to no adult. These little freaking kids walking down a dark street flapping gums, and some of y'all Negroes think it's cute. I think that child is bad, and he. Y'all laugh at it, and that is actually fueling it. Maybe there's something wrong with your prefrontal cortex that was transferred over to the child, but I'm not here to make, you know what I'm saying, those kind of judgments. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Be the same person behind the screen that you are in real life. And if you would not say that to some big Negro on the street, you know, or some crazy looking Negro, you know what I'm saying, like myself, you know what I'm saying, with the rude boy dreadlocks and, you know what I'm saying, rough around the edges, you wouldn't do that face to face, then don't feel free to do that behind the screen either. Like, just because I know people who know how to daggone get your IP address, and these dudes pull up, you know, but that's okay. Like, I'm just saying, you know, just be this, don't think you're safe. Right. And that's not to be scary, but it's also just to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, it's an uncertain world, and I have to be able to regulate and know and have the ability to have threat detection. Right. Moving on. Schizophrenia. We talked about the schizoaffective typal, reason affected, right? Mechanisms, right? Prefrontal cortex development and the implications of mental illness. Yes, somebody can be mentally ill on the religious side, and somebody can be mentally ill on the non-spirituality side. There is a balance in between. Even Unc West said, of course, atheism is not. See, that's where I should have pulled that. I should have clipped that daggone line, because I had a conversation with Unc West. I didn't record that. That was private, but he said, they say, who the hell doesn't have beliefs? But again, I brought that up with said, you know what I'm saying, double down on that. Atheism is a lack of belief. No, it's a lack of belief in theism, in gods, not a lack of belief entirely. And no, you're not going to have all the empirical data to freaking daggone walk down the street, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? You got to sit here and freaking daggone study data, you know what I'm saying, to have a fucking bowel movement, excuse my language. No, it's irrational. It's irrational what he's asserting. That is rational transcendence. You think now, because you are more objective and understand science, that you operate on every little thing during your day by objective. So when you get a girl, you talk to a girl, you're like, hold on, let me figure out how, you know what I'm saying, I can best talk her panties off, because man, I want to deal with empirical data. And so in order for me to get the draws, to get the boom boom, to get the yams, I have to. Now, by the time you get finished thinking about it, that chick done went off and left with Pookie and Ray Ray. She left with Pastor so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? Because they on vacation at the hotel, at the motel, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, stop it. You are not operating. You're not Dr. Spock. My brother, I love you. But you are not Lieutenant Data. You're not Dr. Spock. Even Dr. Spock had a religion. But, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say you're not the Borg. Okay? You're not. You love your dogs. You know what I'm saying? You laugh. You talk smack. You get emotional too. Same ways. You believe that you are entirely empirical. But, you know, anybody who in this community who knows that he's not always entirely empirical. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Neither is Unc West. They crash out just like I do, right? Most empirical Negroes. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Josh Shube is totally antisocial. He needs to work on it. And we need to, you know what I'm saying, call somebody for that brother, because he's really suffering. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he doesn't know it, though. Psychoanalytic, or he just acts like he doesn't know it. Psychoanalytic insight, illusionment, and its collapse, right? Alfred Margulies describes disillusionment as the falling away from once coherent world. So we create how we perceive things, even as children. You know, say our parents want to protect us from the realities of the world, but at the same time prepare us for the realities of the world. So we do things that we know that our children are probably. So we try to make our children's childhood as comfortable and caring and loving as we can, because we know that is temporary, and they are about to see what the world really is, and we are not going to always be able to protect them. So we have to try to prepare them for the pains of the world. You know what I'm saying? My son has never had his heart broken yet, and oh my God, when it happens, I cry with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, and I can't explain it to him what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? To love somebody and get your heart broken. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain that to him. He has to experience it. So right now, not having that data, because that's not even something that's quantifiable, he doesn't understand what it's going to feel like. And I have to prepare him for it. People kill themselves. So I'm sorry. People commit, you know what I'm saying? They won themselves over things like that. Because that's how powerful your brain is in those areas that require more than data. We lose existential grounding. The world feels broken, uncanny, and untrustworthy. There was a time when I was totally nihilistic. You know what I'm saying? I would run the bullets. You know what I'm saying? I still got a little bit of that in me. The only reason that I give a F about myself is because I care about my son. All right? Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be here, or I'd be 25 to life deep. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a F attitude. And that's in real time. It's not behind no screen. I'm not no fake dude. My son has to tell me, like, yo, Dad, you doing too much. Because I'd be ready to go straight up. Slap a nigga teeth out. For real, right? One can only be disillusioned if one lived with illusions to begin with. You know what I'm saying? That's when we watch movies, we watch TV, we read our fairy tale books, we read our stories, and we want to gain an illusion of the world. Okay? And it's very important to our ability to have any form of good feeling about this world. Because really, it's maggots, roaches, and freaking daggone, you know what I'm saying, rain, thunderstorms, freaking daggone, tornadoes, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get a couple of moments in the sunshine with, you know what I'm saying, some kind of oasis moment. But 9 times out of 10, somebody going to stick their foot in it and F the whole daggone situation up. Say I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm lying. So disorders break down a belief system. So this is why I said, again, going back to the title, can a human being live without belief? No. Number one, you'd actually have to remove your whole entire neurological, you know what I'm saying, prefrontal cortex and parts of your limbic system in order to do that. So that's a no on the default, you know what I'm saying, by default. You have to lobotomize yourself. I guess if you lobotomize yourself, certainly, right? Certainly you could. You'd have to be lobotomized. That's where Cedrick should have won it. He said lobotomy, and we have to lobotomize you, and you can continue to live. I would have really lost the debate. Regardless of what the judges said, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I missed what I was trying to argue. Disillusionment, while not a clinical disorder, reflects existential collapse. When your belief, when your perception of the world, when you're in love with your wife and you've been together for freaking daggone 15 years, and all of a sudden you find out that she cheated with your best friend. Oh my God.
No. Hey, Zion, listen, man, don't put that type of thought in my head, man.
I don't want to do that.
Hey, you say you'll be 25 to life, man.
I wasn't talking about you, no.
Listen.
But you know what I'm saying?
They'll give me 150 million years for what I end up doing to somebody.
Yeah, the data ain't gonna stop you from daggone hurting somebody. The data is not going to change your feelings and make you feel better. Right? Go ahead. But you see what I'm saying?
Hey, that's facts. I'm trying to tell you. Hey,
Act like that. So these cats want to act like that. Those are not realities, right? So we have a reality that is real on a social level. It's not real to the material and natural atoms, cells, DNA, that stuff. But that is used even to deal in the legal sense with folks who have been disillusioned or something's wrong with their prefrontal cortex. They become serial killers. They, you know what I'm saying, something snapped in this person's brain, and all of a sudden she had a mother just had a baby, and now she's going through postpartum depression. Those are real things based on the brain and how it functions. So no. Okay, let me go further. Humans are not living without that, right? You cannot, because you can't remove it out of your head. Unless you want to take it out, you figured out some scientific way to remove those parts of your brain and replace it with some kind of, you know what I'm saying, diodes and computer chips. You cannot live without it because everyone has those functions in their brain, unless, you know what I'm saying, they're messed up. So, okay. So faith as a cognitive survival function. So we know that faith in these things evolved in us, you know what I'm saying, so that we could survive. So apparently our own nature, our own DNA, the data, you know what I'm saying, formed us in a way where we would be able to find good things to continue to survive, right? Without good things, people don't care about living or having families or having children or getting married and being faithful to their wives and trying to earn money and do what they can to make the lives of their children and their wives better. That's feeling, and it's important. Oh, you're just in your feelings. Stop it, y'all. Listen, the LGBT and the pause generation are trying to remove feelings. Like, you don't, oh yeah, pause. Oh, you are in your feelings. Stop doing that. Stop shaming somebody for having feelings. You have to have feelings. If you don't, you get a pine box. You know what I'm saying? And get some and get some coffin dancers. You know what I'm saying? To dance and make everybody else smile while you go to sleep forever. Sleepy time. Belief systems help regulate emotions, build identity, and foster social cohesion. Ritual, myth, and spiritual practice. People think that myth is only like Zeus and this, that, and the other. But we actually have living myths that we hold on to now that seem rational and that are based off of empirical data. But we still create myths where we don't have, we fill in the gaps, or we make it greater than what we think it is. You know what I'm saying? We put something on a pedestal. I'm saying, so you get into empirical science on chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're gonna love certain kinds of chemicals and minerals. I know people who are into who are totally empirical and they're into collecting rocks. And when they find this one oh my God, it's almost like they have a transcendent moment when they find some mineral that is super difficult to find. Oh, they want to put that on display and put it inside their display case, right? They're having a feeling and an emotion based on something that they care about and take seriously. Okay, so you're not getting away from it. Belief is not a flaw, it's a feature. It's how the brain survives uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? So now, how am I going to deal? I have to believe that I'm valuable and I did the best that I could for my wife, even though we were together for 20 years. This is just a, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know what I'm saying, my life. I'm making a hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? We've been together for 20 years, put all of my heart and soul into her. We have 3 children. I don't have 3 children, but I have 2. But and come to find out, she was dealing with my best friend, who's been my best friend since high school. How do you deal with that? You have to believe that, okay, maybe I made some mistakes, maybe I fell short, but I know that I'm still valuable. And maybe I allowed them to get too close to each other and trusted too much. What you're going to self-reflect. You're going to go into an introspect mode that can either be healthy for you to heal and move forward, either whether you forgive your wife or you decide that it's time for you. Like I was in 20 years, there's so many girls I could have had. If I know that you and my best friend were having, you know what I'm saying, the whoop-de-doos behind my back. You know how many dads? I don't know. Let's shit. I'm gonna go out here and find it, right? You just set me free, right? You're gonna have to have a belief system to deal with it. Otherwise, yeah, you about to daggone catch a daggone 25 to yeah, right? So how do we deal with that healthy? That has to come from the same cognitive functions, right? It's just feelings. You're all in your feelings. No. Everyone is in their feelings because your brain is a freaking ball of feelings. So you have the key findings linked to prefrontal cortex, belief and apathy. Religious cognition depends on the prefrontal core integrity. Okay, so ventral medial prefrontal cortex and belief, right? So you got to say, you see those, you can go and look them up, right? This is not, you know what I'm saying, just a name and a date. Cedrick, you got to do better with that. I loved your slides and stuff, but come on, let somebody else be able to go back to your slides and really check your sources, right? So, yeah, but, you know, again, I'm not taking nothing away from the brother. You know what I'm saying? He won the debate. I didn't synthesize the information like I'm trying to do right now. So what is non-theistic? He says, oh, we don't deal with belief system. You're going to create a belief system out of your data. Because if the data is there and you're not trying to find a benefit in it, you're always going, by default, you're always going to try to figure out how it benefits you. Even when it doesn't benefit. So I define this information. This doesn't necessarily benefit me. How do I deal with that? Right? So, you know what I'm saying? So I went through that, the Buddhism, Jainism, Confucianism, continuing on. You know what I'm saying? I went through this, you know what I'm saying, on the in the debate, religions, colony, and I stopped there. So going forward, secular disciplines. Martial arts is secular. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's some schools that have a god or whatever. Really, nobody's really in there to freaking daggone worship daggone, you know, the god of war, you know, some Guangdong or nothing. They're there to learn how to beat a nigga ass, right? So embody ritual, hierarchy, moral codes, right? Yoga and meditation, arts and creative practice. Tell me that music is not, you don't feel a transcendence when you write music or you sing music or you listen to a song, you know what I'm saying, that touches your heart or reminds you of your father or your mother, you know what I'm saying, God bless them and rest the dead or what have you. And somehow nostalgia kicks in through these. That is your brain to say that you want to remove that or that is a dysfunction, that those are, you know, we evolved to be like that because of this, that, and the other. And those are bad things that we have. No, man. Like, why? Why would I not want to enjoy music? Why would I not want to look at a painting or feel nostalgia? Well, no, I'm totally empirical. Bull, sugar, honey, iced tea, my nigga. Right? Athletics. Oh man, some of y'all are super religious about y'all sports, man. Y'all know the stats, y'all know the teams, daggone judges, the coaches, y'all know, you know what I'm saying, the whole entire thing. And y'all are serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody say nothing about your team because they could go to fisticuffs. Training regimens, even if you're engaging in sports. You begin to sacrifice your body and your will, you know what I'm saying, and forge your body under the fires of to become the best player at whatever it is you're doing. It becomes religious. And so that you can get the trophies and reach the accolades and maybe become a professional, you know what I'm saying, NBA or, you know what I'm saying, NFL star. And we put a lot of emphasis on it. Oh, did you know that my son has been selected for, you know what I'm saying, and draft picks? And oh man, that's awesome. My son is doing, oh, my child is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the goosebumps that come off of your skin because you want your children to survive and excel and have a good life and have children be valuable so that they can continue on. That is how the brain works. And if your brain is not functioning like that, just cut your thing off. Put a daggone a big strap on you on that thing. Activism and political movements. We get upset when somebody does something wrong to our people. Why? Oh, so you all about the empirical data, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I'm just going to, you know, assume that the black kid did something wrong for the cop to shoot him in the face while he didn't have no a weapon. 12-year-olds. Hey, yeah, well, let's look at the data. Fuck that. Excuse me. Everybody here. Let's consider the data first. We have the data. 450 years of data. You want to feel nothing. Create moral framework, ritual, academic and scientific inquiry. Pursuit of truth becomes a sacred mission in academic and scientific inquiry. You are still getting a transcendent effect. When you figure something out and you was like, oh, I knew that, and boom, and all of a sudden now you find out that the study proves this and this, that, and the other, and oh, so now you get a transcendent, oh, I knew that. I was thinking about that, and now they proved it's true. Oh, you get an epiphany. Said? That's the same as you might as well just keep up a shunda. Keep baba shunda on that one, okay? Let's continue. Symbolic parallels to religion. I got the parallels here. This is you know, saying gangs and fraternities. I wanted to make sure y'all understand that gangs operate the same way. It's an organized system, and it has to have their pledges. You have your 31, your hazing. You know what I'm saying? You have to, you know what I'm saying, your rites of passage. In order to enter in, you have to do certain things. And you know what I'm saying? So people can see your loyalty, your colors, your signs, your tattoos, your emblems, your street codes, your loyalty, your honor, your silence. You know what I'm saying? OGs, the legends, you know what I'm saying? Your high 20s, you know what I'm saying? Your fallen members, your fallen soldiers, you know what I'm saying? The meetings, the chants, the memorials, you know what I'm saying? The mission, even those who sold out are nothing more than daggone Judases. There is a social play going on here, a play in a sense, almost like a dramatization that we live in, regardless of whether you want to live in it or not. You are living in stage play. You are interacting with religion every day. No matter how objective you think you are, you're not. That's the illusion of your brain. Just like people think that they're seeing from the surface of their eyes, when technically the surface of your eyes is receiving the light information and transferring it into your brain for your brain to daggone decodify it. And it goes into and hits your retinas upside down. So technically, if you were literally seeing from your eyeballs, you would see everything upside down. Nah? No, your brain does the work. And so we feel like we're seeing from the surface of our eyes when technically the images and stuff we're processing in your brain and you're seeing from the inside of your head, right? Baptism, rites of passage, blah, 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 right? So I got some parallels there. Got another parallel here with the Black Empowerment Movement, Marcus Garvey, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X, speeches, manifestos, histories, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Not going to be too long with it, trying to slide through. symbolic realities as tangible power. We talk about he's talking about the naturalistic world and materialism and what we can quantify. Quantify, number one. And quantify any number and the shape that we and that how we interpret it. It's a symbol. Number one of what? We have one of what? I don't know. Just one. Just quantify one. I guess 99.99. And how do you quantify one? You can't, because it's how we quantify things. But we created a system that literally does not exist in order to measure time. Time is not the same for other animals and things like that. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Time seems slow when you're at work. Time seems faster when you're having a drink. Sam Lau. Put a one in the chat if you believe me. Love. Oh, I don't really love my children. That is just the neurochemicals. That's just the oxytocin and the, come on, B. If you would sit there and then you're a deadbeat dad off jump. I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? We're just going to call child support and just, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to figure that out right now. Because you really don't care about it. It's just chemicals in my brain that make me think that I love my children. Come on, B. Justice. What is justice? Morality does not exist in science. There is no good or evil in science. In natural science, there is no morality. Oh, but we have to interpret. So if an atom gets split and blows up, you know what I'm saying? 16 city block radius, that's bad for us. Nature doesn't give two F's about it. Matter doesn't care. It don't matter to matter. It matters to you because now that is not, you know what I'm saying, beneficial to your ability to survive and exist. I mean, I guess you could say, well, that would be like the fastest, quickest, most painless death ever. You know what I'm saying? It'd be over in a snap. I guess you can rationalize it that way, but that's nihilistic. And it's not pro-adaptive for your ability to survive and continue the species. So that the species can go forward and continue to learn more about science and the things that we don't know, right? So, yeah, that is it's a fallacy. You know what I'm saying? Argument, my brother. But I wasn't able to articulate it, you know what I'm saying, the way I wanted to. So that's fine. Freedom. What is freedom? You know, we pay for freedom every day. You know what I'm saying? We pay for freedom with our lives, sometimes with our children. Identity. Self-concept. You know what I'm saying? I don't think bees care about identity. They function all together. So I you know what I'm saying? You don't think about identity. That is something that we think about. Our personal identity and how we want people to look at us. You know what I'm saying? Or to perceive how we perceive ourselves. And hopefully we can project that to other people. Who I am. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang all day, every day. Bruce Lee, Roy, and Shonuff smushed together in one nigga. Okay? Conviction in unseen truths, expectation of future good. You are not working and busting your butt and engaging with people every day for nothing. You have to have an expectation. There is the desire of what you need and want to come out of that. Aesthetic resonance. Right? Drives art attraction. When you look at a woman and you say she's gorgeous. No, she's just cells. In your estimation of matter, no, she's just cells. You know what I'm saying? She has more cells in her backside than she has on her chest. So that's all it is. But what do you like? And what do you want out of a relationship? What kind of woman you desire to be with and to marry and to have children with. That you can't quantify that, but it's real. And you could say that it is your brain trying to mate with the best probable option for genetic continuity. Correct? Put a 1 in the chat if you put an amen in the chat. Lord, I'm about to start preaching, y'all. All right. So beauty, language, right? What he doesn't realize is that 9 times out of 10, when scientists deal with mathematical equations, they also have to equate for something called syntax and semantic. So even with those numbers, they have to give some play to say the human mind and our measuring tools may not be entirely perfect to actually see the real reality of this. With the equation, I have to equate for syntax, syntactic, and semantic. The semantics are in the letters and the numbers. You know, the A or X times this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. There is a syntax because we are filtering, trying to understand the information that does not require we require the numbers and the letters and how we're trying to express this in a mathematical form. So again, you are still not living without your prefrontal cortex and limbic system process. You're not living without religion. That is a religion in itself. Understanding how to math. What? Equations? Daggone calculus? If you go into math, there's a whole, oh my God. It is a religion. It is one of the most difficult religions to learn. But it is a religion. Do not get it twisted. There is it still mirrors religion because that's how we turn something into an important institution. We turn it into a religion immediately. And that's another way you're not getting out of it. So I'm totally empirical, but how did you know that how did you learn that empirical? I had to go to school. And so what school did you go to? I had to go through this, that, and the other, and I had to achieve academic stuff so that I could understand all of this stuff. So you went through a whole religious process with rituals, with rites of passage, with books and manifestos and scripts and certain scholars who were like, saying, stop it. You're not getting away from religion at all. I didn't say God. I didn't say superstition. Just how the human brain processes these things and creates, right? Science has its own fantasies. Phlogiston, Mesmer, geocentrism, vitalicism, spontaneous generation. That's your abiogenesis. Scientific racism, which still exists. People still think that we are somehow. Well, look at the whole book, the freaking daggone bell curve, sir. The bell curve had a whole bunch of data, but it was geared towards minimizing African people of color, right? And people of color, right? These were once scientific consensus and now debunked this pseudoscience, but there are still people out there who believe it, who believe that, West Africans and sub-Saharan Africans, their heads are smaller than ours, and so that makes them stupid. Well, shit, the Asian people's heads are smaller than Africans and Europeans, and they're smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? Knuckle dragger. Science doesn't begin with truth; it begins with belief. So, in order for you to, so here's the thing. The very interesting thing is that science was heralded by religious folks who were because they were trying to understand what they believe was a divine universe. And so it led them to try to study and study the universe and its complexity was a way of transcending and really giving worship and service to this divine world that they believed that they were given from a divine, God or gods, what have you. And so this is what led to science, was religion in itself, was belief. Oh, the universe was vast. How do we understand this? God, I want to know the mysteries of God. And so they studied and found out certain things were incorrect. And then, churches and institutions of those times during the what is it called? That era in the 17th and 18th century, the great, it's on the top of my tongue. It's like an awakening, and you know what I'm saying? They were searching for knowledge of God, and started freaking daggone having the collapse on traditional religious organizations. That's not true, because I just proved this, and so that what's in the book cannot be entirely correct. And so through the desire to seek the divine, people have come to the knowledge of science and these things: legacy, ethics, cosmology, right? Let me stop flapping gums and we just get through this. Science explains mechanisms, not meaning. Cedrick claim is mechanistic. You know what I'm saying? Science tells us how we suffer. Spirituality tells you why it matters. Okay? Science can't answer what is justice. That's totally social. A social construct. Josh Shooby Booby. It's a social construct, you're not real. Well, yeah, say that when the daggone Ku Klux Klan, finds you on one of those freaking daggone one of those dark streets, sundown town. You explain that to them while they're freaking tying the noose around you. And you know what I'm saying? You still gonna be swinging a strange fruit. Get out of here, boy. These Negroes are crazy, y'all. Something wrong with the prefrontal cortex. But continuing, not. Yeah, Josh Shuby Booby, he needs some help. You know what I'm saying? We really need to pray for that brother. Taking spiritual histories, collaborate with chaplains, the faith in medicine. Yes, they do. And a lot of diseases and mental health and even physical health conditions rely strongly on the mind. And so, yes, you can go and get an operation, and you can get medicine, you know what I'm saying, to heal the symptoms and to remove the malignant, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. But without the mind being sober and positive, you can still die. Even though the doctors we did all we can. He just did not have the will to live anymore. The will! So you're not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, you don't need no religious stuff in it. You need somebody to comfort and to give you strength and motivate and keep you strong and show you, we're going to get out of here. You're going to be okay, even though you just lost your leg. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Technology is great. You know what I'm saying? We can get a whole new bionic leg. Oh, yeah. Yo, B, you know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody's got to be there to help motivate you. Because if you're in a deep depression, you might not make it through the daggone surgery, even though the doctors did the surgery perfectly. You can still die because of feelings, nothing more than feeling. You got to stop, bro. You know what I'm saying? With that, philosophical echoes, Greek thought, secular transcendence. You know what I'm saying? Even the Stoics, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But I want to get past to some of that. So, okay, religion can be defined as relatively bounded system of belief. Here's your definition of what religion is, y'all. Please do not try to misconstrue. Yes, institutions like the church and the mosque and the synagogue, what have you, you know what I'm saying? The Buddhist temple, those are they are bounded systems of belief. But religion is not just that. It doesn't require monks and stuff. All it requires is a bounded system of beliefs, symbols, practices that addresses the nature of existence and in which common communion with others. So now we come in here, we're in communion with each other on debating. This is our little thing, y'all. This is all of, and we got platforms that, you know what I'm saying, that are like temples where we can engage in this form of Colosseum over here. Sarnet is over there, a paradigm shift over here. And these are our temples to engage in this ritual that we call academic and conscious debating. This is religion. Accept it. Come to Jesus. I have to have altar call after this. A non-theistic concept of religion is basic and naturalistic humanism. Oh, wait, doesn't he talk about naturalistic and humanism in science? Well, we're gonna get to the issues of science, because I think Unc West said something about how religion sacrificed children and people to their gods and burned witches at the stake and all of this stuff. Well, we want to stay right there, like science didn't do that too, if not worse, right? Ethical humanism, religious studies overview, right? Non-theism encompasses a range of beliefs and practices that do not involve the worship or acknowledgement of a deity. So no, religion is not just, you know what I'm saying, church and, you know what I'm saying, what have you, right? That's fallacious, fictitious, facetious, and fictitious. That he knows this, but he knew y'all didn't know it. And so he leaned on that heavy. Keep interjecting God and faith, because he knew, I'm working hard to get y'all to figure out that this is not what it entirely means. And he knew that if he laid on that daggone pedal, y'all niggas are going to drink the daggone flavor aid. So let's get through this a little bit. So I'm not gonna be too much long-winded. I don't know how long I've been on. What is the fallacy of absence? The fallacy of absence. Only brought this in here because folks think so. If I'm in court, right? So I'm an attorney. I'm representing a client who the prosecution, the state is charging with a triple homicide. However, there's no body, there's no weapon, there is no evidence, a direct physical evidence to place my client at the scene of the crime, or that he even committed any crime, or even that anyone is dead. How do we establish the crime from the prosecution standpoint? They're going to pick up circumstantial evidence to and tangible things to try to connect that person. So just because there is an absence of evidence does not mean that there is evidence of absence. Huh? Lord. So there is no evidence for X. So X must not be real. So then I guess the edge of the universe ain't real. I guess the Big Bang ain't real. I guess abiogenesis ain't real. You ain't see it. You can't replicate it. All you have is the circumstantial evidence. And the circumstantial evidence, when you have enough circumstantial evidence on the outside, not the direct, then you can come to a rational conclusion about the situation. Maybe not all of the details, but yeah, he did that, right? Moving forward, right? The book of Empiricus, I wanted to show this. I was doing this facetiously because they have their own 10 commandments. Thou shalt not have no other God before reason, nor behind it, nor beside it. Thou shalt not make unto thee any metaphysical image, nor bow to mystery, nor honor the unseen. Thou shalt not take the name of science in vain, unless it's peer-reviewed. Of course, right? Remember the lab day and keep it reproducible. I go on. But yes, we turn everything into a religion, y'all. Okay, I believe in one science is observable and testable, creator of all knowledge seen and unseen. I reject the sword and sacred and symbolic flim-flam. I await the coming of the next paradigm shift in the life of the mind to come. Cedrick Ortega, my buddy, smushing. All right, so let's move forward a little bit. Here's a symbol. This is the symbol of atheism. Atheism has a symbol. Oh, it is an A that looks like the Star Trek. So I think it's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was, you know what I'm saying, doing my atheism thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was fire, B. I have a t-shirt, you know, knock that out all day. And if I wore that kind of t-shirt, another atheist would see it and be like, right on, brother. Huh? Lord, right? So here's your cross right here. Here's your sun, moon, and star crescent. My atheist brother. This is your symbol. You know what I'm saying? Give it reverence. You know what I'm saying? Make it holy. Come on. All right, the brain. Scientism. Big shout out to Honey Clark. Scientism is the belief that science is the only reliable source of knowledge and truth. Oh, it often involves methodological naturalism. The idea that natural phenomena can be explained by natural laws and principles. Okay. Empiricism, the emphasis is on the evidence and observation and understanding the world. Skepticism. I'm a skeptic. I'm a total skeptic. You know, I'm a skeptic. Questioning claims that aren't supported by empirical evidence. Scientism can manifest in different ways, such as to know anything. Weak scientism. And weak scientism is the idea that science is the best way to know things, but other methods may also be used. So they think that it's if I use other methods and stuff like that, we don't use those methods. No. And turn their epistemically arrogant nose up at that, right? So some critics said, I was mind blown that daggone Dr. Inky didn't even know what the hell empirical what do you call it epistemistic arrogance was. You just made a word up. I make that word up, Negro. Apparently, you've been writing too many daggone books in 14 days and not reading enough. Negro was slow. You have to be slow to friggin' follow behind Polite that closely and not see that this Negro, something was wrong with him. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Pop shots, you know what I'm saying, at Dr. Inky. You're trash, bro. I would never read no book that was written, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, B. You blowing smoke at everybody, bro. You trying to exalt yourself. You really want to be like Polite. So some critics argue that scientism can be overly reductionist. So this is when you start becoming like a zealot. You're no different than the dude that standing on the corner every freaking day, you know what I'm saying, talking about the end is nigh, repent. Jesus loves you. You're a reductionist, right? Neglecting the value of other disciplines like philosophy, literature, or ethics. It's just a psychobabble. He's just talking psychobabble. It's all emotional. You're so emotional. You emotional nigga. I have 5 jobs. You lazy goat, you. To see it as a necessary corrective in pseudoscience or dogmatic thinking. So let's go forward a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Trying to rush through this a little bit. Belief systems among rational thinkers. Quantum mysticism exists. Core idea, quantum physics suggests phenomena like entanglement. There's suggestions, superposition, and observer effect, right? None of which are fully understood or intuitively graspable. Why it parallels religion. Concepts like no locality or wave function collapse evoke mystery and transcendence. The reason why we're so astounded by quantum, the entanglement thing, is because we're trying to consider whether there's something after the body dies. Oh. So we're studying these things with objective facts, but there is a purpose for us trying, like, well, oh wow. So these two things can be in 2 different places, you know what I'm saying, and still behave like they're connected somehow. Like, what does that mean? For us. For us. Nigga. Right? Notable voices. Multiverse theory, right? That came out of the string theory. They're trying to say that there's 11 freaking daggone universes. Well, ain't never been to none of those. You know what I'm saying? Daggone multiverse stuff. Now we're getting all of this in our freaking daggone superhero movies. Say it ain't so. Now all of a sudden, daggone DC has multiple universes. Marvel has multiple. Everybody got multiple universes. Simultaneous, a simulation hypothesis. The idea that we might be living in the simulation. We have scientists really saying that. So then that means that I guess they're trying to equate for the possibility of intelligent design, right? Who knows? You don't got the answers, but you have your own presumptions. And to say that, well, we have no evidence for it, so it is not real, is to be an absolutist, which is entirely faith-based, Mr. Ortega. Right? Transhumanism, mathematical Platonism. This is what I want y'all. Mathematical. I read this stuff. My brain almost slid off my ear. Mathematical truths exist in an abstract realm independent of human minds. So when I actually went to the source, you know what I'm saying, to read up on, you know what I'm saying, some text talking about, oh my God, that was so ridiculous. And so like, I was like, people believe in this? Somebody is over here trying to prove it. Somebody is over there trying to prove that mathematical Platonism is real. So they have to believe in it, right? Because you cannot get away from that. Enlightenment rationalists like Leibniz and Kant believe in metaphysical structures beyond empirical verification. Wait, say that again. Metaphysical structures beyond empirical verification, meaning that you will never be able to quantify the data. So say that doesn't exist either, sir. Put that in there with God in your trash bins of things that ain't real. Okay? Your epistemistic arrogance. Notable atheists or secular cults, right? The cult of reason. These are atheist cults, right? France, 1793. Founded during the French Revolution to replace Christianity. It was replacement. Worshipped reason as a deity. Festivals, temples of reason. LaVeyan Satanism, not just Satanism in general. You know what I'm saying? But anti-LaVey. You know what I'm saying? With his, you know what I'm saying, free sexual, you know what I'm saying, experiences and all of that stuff. Be careful what you name yourself after Joshubi Booby. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, we might have to start questioning, you know what I'm saying, how you get down in the bedroom. You're a Satanist, founded by anti-LaVey, explicitly atheist, uses Satan as a symbol of rebellion, ego, and rational self-interest. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not really looking at the chat because I'm focused on the slide. So I will get there if anybody's still listening to my flapping of gums. The Church of Euthanasia, yo, radical environment group promoting population control. It was killing people in the name of science, sir. Quest, do not act like the church is running around killing folks. Let's get down. Certain communist regimes, Stalin, USSR, Mao Zedong in China, promoted state atheism and suppressed religion, built cults of personality around leaders, self-help cults. Go on for days with this, right? What about the spontaneous generation, alchemy, vitalism? These things were Luciferus, luminiferius, ether. They believe that aether was believed to be the medium through which light waves travel. Come on, y'all. This is science, but we have to trust the data. We have to trust the data. All of these were debunked. Geocentrism, the earth, you know what I'm saying? The earth was the center of the universe. And so come on, that's what they thought was science, right? And things continue as science. As we learn more, we are able to correct the mistakes, right? So yeah, sir, science isn't always good. You're always going to stick your foot, your funky foot in the daggone pot. I don't care what the data says, your brain gonna stick its foot in it. Unlearn. Epistemistic arrogance. That's the epistemic. Oh no, we don't. We have. So you do not understand what you're talking about. So now we have to minimize. That's what cult people do. Oh, yeah, I don't believe it. Oh, yeah, Jesus didn't tell you that the aliens were coming today. Oh, see, he doesn't understand it. Oh, what the Israelites do. Oh, see, you shouldn't read the Bible. You don't understand the Bible, so you shouldn't even read it because you just gonna misinterpret it. You just need to stop reading the Bible, man. Just stop, man. It's minimizing somebody's ability to try to, and yeah, certainly people read the Bible and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but you know what? Let them read it. Don't sit here and try to minimize them. I'm saying, because they might have a good point on what they're saying, and you just don't like it because it puts a hole in your doctrine. That's a problem too. Overestimate what we know. Underestimate what we don't know. Make mistakes, guesses, and predictions. Assume I'm almost winding this up, y'all. I'm not going to go through the whole 70-something. Bang, nigga! Smush your prefrontal cortex. Cut it out, bro. How religion contributed to scientific discovery. Oh, so wait, here. We got y'all can look this up yourselves. Founding universities, clergies as scientists, theological motivation for inquiry. There would be no scientific universities and if it were not for the religious institutions that funded and supported it. Stop it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tearing science down to pull up religion, but what I'm not going to do is let these niggas totally destroy religion when they are religious as F, just hiding it under the idea that this is science. And we don't do those things here. We do not do that here. It's foolishness, man. That's the epistemistic arrogance. Academic sources supporting religious evolution alongside science. So no, religion did not just stay the same. Religion began to change and evolve along with scientific discovery. Yes. So, and it's going to do that. It's going to, you know what I'm saying? Here's some sources: history of science and theology, reconciling evolution evidence from a biology and theology course, theology and science, the evolution of religion. Stop it, y'all. Y'all here, you can get these books here. Here's your citation: St. Andrew's Encyclopedia of Theology, Evolution, Education and Outreach, 2020, and Springer Link, 2024. So these are fairly new, right? The theological motivation for inquiry, religious patronage, church-funded astronomical research, medical studies, and architectural innovation. So while, they might want to say, why the faith healer don't go to the hospital and heal sick folk? That if it wasn't for the believer, the hospital wouldn't be there, nigga. Shut up. Isaac Newton, here's your notable religious scientists throughout history: Galileo, Robert Boyle, Blaise Pascal. Right? So when they take this real strong stance entirely against religion, just know that they're proselytizing and they're engaging in the same cortex that religious folks are doing. They're doing the same thing, y'all. It's no different. I know. I was an atheist for 7 years, right? So I know better. This is why folks don't really, like, atheists really have a problem arguing with me, because they think that I don't know what atheism is. And I was probably an atheist when they was going there buck dancing in their mama church. Shut up. Let's go. So why it matters: historically, religion and science were not seen as opposites. Many scientists believe the universe was intelligible because it was designed. Studying nature was a form of worship or revelation. Scientific laws reflected divine order. And we still do that. The scientific method actually came from Christian folk. In order to, because they believed that the universe was not chaotic and that there was order to everything, they came up with a system of how to test and experiment and observe the results that came from divine order, or people who believe that there was a divine order. So y'all need to cut it out. Expose the hidden assumptions. Cedrick implies that scientists believe free, but science itself rests on foundational assumptions. The universe is orderly and consistent. Human senses are and instruments can reliably detect truth. Bullshit. Logic and mathematics are universally valid. We created mathematics so that we could understand the universe. The universe didn't need mathematics, right? We did, so we could understand our universe and what we were seeing, perceiving, and experiencing. Okay, moving forward. Redefine unsupported beliefs. What is unsupported belief? Spirituality is a random superstition. See, this is the problem when they say that institutionalized racism that was in science. You know what I'm saying? Well, science is real. We prove that doesn't really mean that science is bad. But then you turn around and you make our ancestors and our ancient folk look ignorant when they didn't have nothing to really observe the universe. They still got some stuff right, but I guess you could say even a broken clock is wrong 2 times in a day, right? It doesn't really matter, bro. It was actually way better than that. These people were super freaking brilliant without a microscope. They understood things that we have now explored later and found more information about it, but they understood it. Somehow they got the answer kind of right. They just, threw some gods and stuff in there floating around and having fights and wars. But still were able. So when you do that, you actually play into the racism. You play into the scientific racism because now, those are brown age niggas. You won't believe in it. You want to stick a bone in your nose. Now you're doing what they did, right? And this is what they did. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Said your brain was too small to understand. And really, the truth of the matter is that most racist white folk believe that we're stupid because we trust and love too much, and that their ability to manipulate us is the reason why we are not evolved as they are. So their ability to be savage, to be manipulative, and to be cruel and apathetic is what they believe is superiority. Because they know they ain't physically superior than us. Come on now. Stop it. Shut up. So let's go. So atrocities committed in the name of science, Nazi medical experiments, Conquest. Here's your witch hunts and Unit 731 in Imperial Japan. You can look that up. Tuskegee syphilis study and experiment, 1932 to 1972. 40 years of torture. Stop it, y'all. Guatemala syphilis experiments, surgical experiments on enslaved women. We talked about that tonight with Sister Nepal. Come on, y'all. Don't sit here and act like, well, science, we didn't do that. We're humanistic. And yet religions kill people. No, people kill people. Religions and people with science kill people. Shut up. Cedrick says religion causes harm, but science has drilled into brains. Oh yeah, the lobotomy just ended. Like I still think there's some places that still lobotomize people to this day, yo. You drill a hole right into somebody's brain, and so that they can stop behaving. They turn and start. They can't even keep their mouth closed. Just sitting over there catching flies with their mouth open, looking stupid, drooling. That's what you have to be totally empirical. You have to be freaking lobotomized, nigga. You ain't even thinking about empirical stuff there. You just freaking daggone sitting there drooling, right? On yourself. Science without ethics becomes cruelty with credentials, nigga. Religion without scrutiny becomes dogma. The answer isn't choosing one. It's integrating both, sir. Fix your face. A eugenics program, right? And the Burke and Hare murders. 1828. Y'all look that up. Go ahead. You want to talk about how science is more ethical than religion? Shut up. Weak. That's a weak argument, bro. And it's a whole bunch of epistemistic. Oh, yeah, we got the Darwin thing. They said it ends. Oh, Darwin wasn't racist, man. Or he might have been racist, but what does it matter? Well, the Darwinism was weaponized. The more civilized. This is Darwin's quote, y'all. Unc West, are you listening, Unc West? I'm not looking at the chat. Please pay attention. The more civilized so-called Caucasian races have beaten the Turkish hollow in the struggle for existence, looking to a world at no very distant date. What an endless number of lower races will have been eliminated by the higher civilized races throughout the world. That's your man. That's your man's in them, right? That's your boy, right? This quote appears in a letter Darwin wrote toward the end of his life. So no, he did not die. Freaking daggone. Oh, he didn't believe that once he figured out. So no. Now you're creating a freaking daggone false dichotomy. You're creating an imagination because it doesn't suit your own blackness and as an atheist and a rational thinker and who believes in evolution, which I'm not arguing against. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't suit your soul that Darwin hated your nigger nuts and wanted you to disappear. Darwin's correspondence, Archives, 1881. Let's continue, right? So later beliefs, agnosticism. He became an agnostic. If you are truly about the empirical data, you would say, I don't have any data to disprove or prove God. So the best place for me to be is say, well, I don't fucking know. But to take the stance that there is none when science doesn't even disprove it, there's no evidence. That's the absence of evidence. It's not evidence of absence, my nigga. You ain't doing your science. You ain't sciencing right. He respected religious belief, especially when it inspired moral behavior. So moving on a little bit further here. Here's the main part, right? Secular state that he wanted to bring up. He wanted to bring up those secular states and say how good they're doing economically, because there's a whole bunch of old folk who ain't having no babies no more. Yeah, old folk gonna make money work. And they ain't got no mouths to feed, no grandchildren. Why? Because people are not getting married there, and people are choosing not to have children there, because secularism has led to a form of existentialism that makes people consider, well, I just want the best for my life, and maybe having a child is not in my. So in religious, traditional religion, you know what I'm saying? People were all about having babies and getting married. But here, you can look sociology and criminology, right? Evolving beliefs, the impact on secularization on modern religious practice. Wait, this is in sociology and criminology. So something's wrong here. If criminologists, people who study criminology have to study the impact of secularization. Sir, you weren't being honest with the fucking goddamn audience, bro. Oxford Academic, Human Reproduction Date, 2024. The consensus reviewing showing that global fertility rates are declining due to delayed. Oh yeah, the money's they're making great, yo. Their cities are thriving, but they ain't making no babies. Delayed childbearing, economic pressure, the changing cultural norms, quote, policies have focused on avoiding unintended pregnancies, but now must pivot to supporting family building amid declining fertility. And you see right here, I clipped that for you guys so you can actually go and find the source and not just look at a name and a date. Right, United Nations Population Fund State of the World Population Report 2025 highlights the demographic diversity and growing divide between high fertility and low fertility nations. Low fertility nations, sir. So that is about survival. That's a Darwin Award, ironically. Shut up. Quote, low fertility and aging populations. What is the aging population? Basically, they're not having younger people. They don't have, babies and 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds as much. They have more older folk than young folk. And you're supposed to have more young folk than old folk. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sure they're fiscally great. But they ain't making no babies, nigga. Low fertility, aging populations provides global protection. Let's continue here. Sweden, deeply secular, culturally Lutheran. 34.8% of Swedes are unaffiliated with religion, and many who are nominally Christian do not practice. Sweden legally became a secular state in 2000, separating church from government. Fine. Despite the church membership due to automatic enrollment, actual religious practice is minimal. Cultural Christians persist throughout Christianity persists through holidays and rites, but belief in God is low. Many Swedes identify with a life force and then a deity, and their rates are declining, sir. They're not busting, you know what I'm saying? They shooting blanks or something. Switzerland mixed, but increasingly secular, right? So Sweden even tried to balance the religion, and because they know that these things are necessary, even for them to even continue to have marriages. And Japan, y'all want to talk about Japan? Look at this, y'all. Y'all go ahead and take that clip for yourselves. Our world in data. And next time y'all get in an argument with the pseudo killers, you tell them their belief in a transcendent, scientific, rational, daggone utopia ain't nothing but a dream. It's faith. You know, you stop cultural and traditional factors. So that's where I'm going to land. Are you still there, DMG, to put you to sleep? I know I put the audience to sleep.
Nah, you good, bro.
All right. So yeah, that's where I'm going to land right there. I know I got some couple more slides. I know this dude over here with the freaking daggone compromise. Oh yeah, I got boom. Shut up, Joshubi Booby. You're done, bro. You're done.
You want to put the link in the chat? Maybe bring up 3-4 people.
Yeah, they can go at it for a second. You know, I'm tired as hell, but yeah, let them come on up. I know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna
come out and start trying to instigate and rabble rouse. I'm going to mind. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not. I played myself this morning, and so my energy is not there. So
yeah, we gonna keep it simple. Y'all get one question for Xion. Xion is gonna respond, and we're gonna move on. We're not letting that many people up, so we're gonna give y'all a shot. 3 to 4 max. The link is in the chat. Hit it if you want to come up. You got a question, one question or one comment for Xion, because we about to get out of here. In the meantime, in between time. And hey, when you say the devil name, he may just appear, but before the undisputed, undefeated versus series world champion say anything, I gotta play this.
I'm an angel. I kill firstborns while their mamas watch. I turn cities into salt. I even, when I feel like it, rip the souls from little girls. And from now till kingdom come, the only thing you can count on in your existence is never understanding why.
Lucifer, talk to us. Question or comment for Xion the Lion.
Satan come immediately and take away the word that was sown in their hearts. Xion, how you patch up that hole in your head real quick that Cedrick gave your ass, man? How you patch it up, man? You got me believing in zombies, bro. I was like, I know I don't see this dead ass nigga up here talking and giving us confabulations. I got a question for you. How does any of that, what you presented, proves or speaks to the topic of can humans exist without religion? Go.
You cannot live without religion because you haven't done it. You have to go through academics. You think religion is God. I already explained that religion is not God and supernatural. Religion is a a bounded system of beliefs, practices, and rituals. We do that every day in sports. We do that in academia. We do that in a whole bunch of other areas. Those are considered religious practices as well. You are religiously practicing science, or you are religiously keep practicing your. You see, this dude's prefrontal cortex is fucked up.
I'm laughing because why you lost.
I'm laughing because your prefrontal cortex is fucked up and you have an apathetic situation. I didn't even get to that slide. I should get to that slide. I should get to that slide.
This is silly, Zion.
You know, it's silly to you because your brain is
because you got your ass whooped. And you remember you said they stopped doing lobotomies? No, they didn't. He lobotomized your ass. It's a big hole in your head.
Okay. Look. Let's go over to brother Jose. Jose, you got a question, a comment for Zion?
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that your approach to religion is too scientific?
No, I don't think it's. I think it should. I'm talking from an objective. So if I'm talking to people who are dealing from an objective way, I'm going to talk objectively. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain the 9 heavens of the Bible to somebody who wants tangible evidence. I'm going to talk about where the brain is wired and geared, why we evolved to have belief in transcendent experiences and spiritual experiences, and how they can be dysfunctional, and how the lack of them can lead to apathy and trolls like Jashubi Booby. So that's actually scientific. Like, yeah. So
what's the difference between Satan and you?
You're done, bro.
All right. Nobody cares. Nigga
lose all his comment. Don't ever invoke Satan's name, nigga. Don't ever invoke Lucifer's name, nigga.
See the God complex coming out of him right now? See, let's do it. I need y'all.
Let's let nobody cares get his question or comment in for Zion. And if y'all want to keep it going and nobody want to let y'all, he can. But I'm gonna have to go. Go ahead, nobody.
I got you. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Zion. I like a lot of that stuff that you were saying about the things that science don't deal with. You know, for example, science does not shy away. I mean, it doesn't speak on the supernatural and God and religion. It's not for it or against it. But then when you meet people who come around and act as if science is against it, then that would be a bold-faced lie as well. Right. So I was just had a statement just to say I like some of the stuff that you were saying about that particular topic.
I appreciate that, brother.
Hey, real quick. Nobody is saying that he can keep this going if y'all willing. Shout out to Classic Craig, just jumped on the panel. I want y'all to know that Lucifer and I will be doing a show called Devil's Reign. We're going to let y'all know when, coming up real soon, probably during the Hemi versus A9 debate this Friday. The winner will be getting an opportunity to take on the devil for the Undisputed Versus Series world title. That being said, we'll let y'all know when that show is. Also, Pan, the newly self-declared people's champ, Pan Demas, the former Undisputed champion, will be coming in the building with myself as well. I want to say shout out to my brother Zion the Lion. I want to say shout out to my man Jose Francis. Jose, before you get off of here, make sure you tell them how to get to your channel.
Yeah.
Shout out to my little bro, Nobody, from Trust and Believe the Gospel, aka Nobody Cares. And shout out to the one and only Classic Craig. Speaking of Classic Craig, he got an open panel show coming up called The Segment. Y'all make sure y'all here for it when the brother kick it off. In the meantime, check this out.
Okay. Yeah. Look, hating on me, don't stop. Only help a real cause. Hood legend on some pocket.
Manifested till I'm living large. Highballing cause the sky falling. I'ma catch a little piece though. I ain't worried about your little. No, she easy as a free throw. She wanna hold me like ransom. Just cause I'm young and I'm handsome. Tell all these to have a seat. I know that they cannot stand them. Burn it and roll me another one. I do whatever I feel like. I remember when we dreamed about it. Woke up this morning, it's real life. Trade the whip, trade the currency. Moving like it's an emergency. We gotta check out, it's close to 11. So baby, ride it with some urgency. I'm just here for the fun part. Cause I'm good on the money part. I be leaving in the cold season.
AB, ride it with some urgency. Lord.
My name is my name.
Hey, y'all have at it. Appreciate y'all. Hey, we're going to be black at it again. It's your brother DMG. These brothers going to keep the party going.
Yes, sir.
You can't go nowhere, DMG. You're celebrity. You got to stay up all night with us.
Yeah, I got
all right, DMG.
Don't leave, DMG. You're a celebrity.
Yeah, good night, brother. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you, man.
Hey, I can see Xion like from the side of your head where they hold it. I can see the other side of your living room, man.
That sounds like
a whole clean through your shit.
That sounds like
the topic right here. Hold on. The topic was: can humans live without religion? And is atheism a lack of religious belief and faith? And all you did was flim flam for how long this episode was? 2 hours. You flim flam. You didn't even touch on the topic. So basically, we need to call the judges back so they can adjudicate your performance tonight. So you can get a goddamn F. You did not demonstrate how humans cannot live without religion. Once again, for another night. You did not.
We already
saying Japanese people have a low. Hold on. Saying Japanese people have a low birth rate does not mean they're not living without religion.
Antisocial behavior is
look. Here's what you do. You sidestep it. Now, do your dance. Do your dance. Now, do your dance. Do your dance.
Narrative based upon.
You say I'm a scholar, but I say no.
Come on, man. Y'all gonna listen to each other.
Imagination.
He's doing the keep it shuffle. Let him do the keep it shuffle. To the left, to the left.
Put up for his antisocial behavior.
To the right.
Of his prefrontal cortex.
This is why you lost. This is why you lost. Because you can speak to. You can speak to. Can humans live without religion?
Lucifer. And he's a Luciferian. That means that he's
Lucifer. That's my name.
Should I assume that he also
that's my name? No wearing out
in sexual debauchery?
Hey, how many wins? How many wins I got?
You asked your question. You had it. You're done.
How many wins? Just to have
any questions? I'm done. Because I'm not.
You done?
All right. Do anybody else have any questions?
I got a question right here.
You don't have no questions for me. You asked your question, and you.
No, just the after show. This after show. You got a hole in your head, bro. Cedrick beat that ass.
You fucking.
Cedrick beat your ass, bro. You died.
Come on,
bro. I will chop you in your throat, bro, and watch you choke.
That's what Cedrick did to you in that debate. He chopped to you and watched you choke.
That's what you believe.
You drowned on your own spit, brother.
How can you remove religion and faith when they
how can you accept the loss? How can you accept the loss? How can you accept a loss?
I'm done with this faggot.
No, how can you accept the loss?
This is still his shot, though, man. Come on,
man. Again. Oh, he left. So he gave me the floor. He gave me the floor to shit on his presentation. This man bringing up. I'm poo-pooing all over that shit. Hold on. In Jesus' name. Amen. So this man just did a whole crying session because he got his ass whooping. The judges picked Cedrick. So now he got to come over here and try to plead his case even more. But he did a terrible job at it. I saw nothing tonight that would address the topic at hand. Can humans live without religion? Bringing up, these people, these secular countries and these secular individuals, they have low birth rates. They still exist without religion. Be quiet.
This is my show now.
You left. Transform into an angel of light.
shut my show down.
No, ain't no shit. Leave.
It is his show. All right. Everybody,
it's over.
It is his show. If you want to end it,
please close it off.
Good night, then, nigga. Bye bye.
Take and die, faggot.
Bye.
All right, man. I appreciate everybody that
Hey, before you end it, I just want to say, hey, Zion, nice presentation.
I appreciate
Good to
you.
see you around. Hey, man.
Nice hole in your head, nigga.
I love the Scorpion reference.
Shoot him out, please. He's a freaking. He's trolling, and it's distracting.
Hey,
you don't bother me.
Nobody, can you please remove him? This is my show that DMG and I set up.
This ain't your show. You ain't Andy Milonakis. You ain't. This ain't your show. You ain't Andy Milonakis.
Warchild Unleashed is my show. Nobody.
How you a Warchild? You got your ass whooped.
Can you please shut him down, please?
Cedrick real Warchild.
Nice presentation, Zion. But we'll talk again, bro.
You your name in your soul, nigga.
We're gonna shut it down right now. Everybody, all right now. I'm gonna go on the mute for you now. Y'all know I don't give a damn if y'all niggas.
Please,
hey, come on, man. God dang, bro. Y'all let Craig talk. Craig, go ahead, bro.
He's not even acting or having a conversation that's respectful. So that's what happens when you moderate and somebody's trolling and cutting people off and doing that and trying to incite an argument. You shoot them down into the backstage until they can behave.
You mean how Cedrick shot you down?
I want you to shut up. I want the show to end.
You remember how Cedrick shot you down in the debate, right?
Are you going to end the show for me, please?
When he was putting hands and feet on
Craig what he's saying. If y'all don't let Craig go, we can end the show. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, let Craig go, Zion. Like we let you go on to the other side when Cedrick killed your ass.
This is not even your platform.
Roll, Jordan, roll. Roll, Jordan, roll. My soul rise in heaven, Lord. Hear that, Jordan.
See nobody?
Craig, come on, bro. I got you, Zion. Come on, Craig, bro.
Don't swing his dick on my fucking goddamn.
Come on, y'all, man. Bro, come on.
Yeah, I listen. I'm recording this, so at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If I get crazy and say some stuff that makes
it's live. It's live. You don't have to record it. It's live.
I don't want nobody to go crazy. I just want y'all to have the conversation. But if y'all can't do that, bro, we can end the show, man. I'm not gonna be.
And he's not even allowed.
Joseph's head ass.
Oh, Craig already left. All right. Well, Craig already gone, bro. I guess he ain't got nothing to say. Well, Zion, man, we appreciate everybody. Joshua, Jose, man, we appreciate y'all for hitting the panel. Zion, bro, good presentation, bro. We appreciate you for coming on, doing y'all show. I am nobody. Always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. This is Paradigm Shift TV 314, and we'll catch y'all in the next episode, man. It's peace.
Peace.
Lucifer, nigga. VM.
My name. Juice, I don't sip from the flash. Still on the move, on the spirit of my gas. I'm on me, you can check out the glass. Never want smoke, I'm prepared for the class. Juice in my veins like I'm post-fat Charles. Bet on my side, I don't got